huge advantage in F1 safety, such as stringent circuit safety measures, the halo, fireproof suits, and biometric sensors. The driver's in good hands. Max Verstappen has enjoyed multiple wins here on his team's home circuit.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the finale of Season 1, League v League. We are at the Red Bull Ring. For the time being, the very quiet Red Bull Ring. No one out on track yet. Obviously, this is the last race of the season. Championship still up for grabs for all three teams here. Got to get as many of your cars as you can in the points tonight. Obviously not an individual championship. It's all about the teams. As you can see on the left of your screen, all of those cars have colors next to their names, and those are associated to their respective teams. Still no movement in the pit lane. Not quite sure what's going on, but there we go. We see some mechanics coming out. Now all of a sudden the track's going to be extremely busy. A lot of cars going out. Just the short quali session. Just the 18 minutes. And the guys have spent quite a bit of time already in the pits. Short track. Should be able to get 3 runs in if you don't spend too much time in the pits. See, this is JPR, SKR, and SAFRL. We had a 4th member of the League v League, having been present, I believe, in the last 2 rounds. So it comes to this. 3 teams, all within the championship. And it's really about who gets more cars in the top 5. A lot of warm-up laps going on. Not quite sure what is going to be that estimated pole time. I've seen some crazy times in time trial. Not sure if we're going to match those time trial times. But I have seen high 10, what was that? Yes, high 103s. 103.8, 103.7. So let's see if that's going to be anything close to what we see here on the initial runs. This will be the banker laps. Shumi goes over the line to start his fast lap. Riding now with Frickie from SKR. He just went purple in Sector 1. Let's ride on board with him. Shane goes fastest, 104.1, immediately putting in the times. Not just going for a safe banker, these guys are very close to the 103s. Didn't think we'd see a 103. 104.1, it's Free, 104.2, Venom 104.4, very close at the front. We ride on board with Frickie. He was fastest in Sector 1. Let's see what he can come up with. It's good enough for 5th. He lost time in the second half of the lap. Bosveld, good enough for 5th at the time being, 104.6. Imagine that, a mid 104 and you're only good enough for 6th. Time's so close. Afro goes into 4th place now, pushing Venom down 1 position. That's a 104.3, so absolutely nothing in it in the front there. 0.2 of a second, cover 4 cars. Let's see who hasn't set a lap. We go with Simps, currently no lap time, and that's all changed. He goes second, 104.188, and that is 11 thousandths of a second. Emil coming out of the pits, F1 Logic. This is another fast driver. He's yet to set a lap time. We'll keep an eye on him. Rimjaw, Ompun, all quick drivers. No lap times from them yet. Buffelsfontein, he's on a quick one. Looking for his first timed lap of the evening. Remember, this qualifying session is all crucial. No quali 2, no quali 3. This determines the grid order. Hopefully we will see 18 cars getting away. And hopefully not a too interesting turn 1. Buffelsfontein goes 10th, 104.9. I can't even crack the 104s. Emil still on an outlap. Logic returned to the pits without setting a lap time. We'll go with Grimjaw. Lots of support for SKR and JPR so far. Where are the SAFRL guys? Thanks for joining us for the stream. Feel free to comment, let us know what do you think that final pole lap is going to be, and what team's going to take it. We ride with Grimjaw, activates DRS, goes over the line, good enough for 7th place, 104.4. And these lap times, they're ridiculous. They're basically in pairs, 104.1, 104.1, 104.2, 104.2, 104.3, 104.4, 104.4. That is insane. 0.3 of a second cover your top 7. If these are the sort of times we're going to see in the race, we're going to have some really close racing. Ooh, and Grimjaw just loses it there. Luckily on an in lap. Won't count for anything, Buffelsfontein. Going for his second run of the evening. He's got his ERS charged up. New set of tyres. No, he's going on the same set of tyres. So he charged up and decided to go up on the same set of tyres. We ride with the AD. Currently P14, 105.1. And Emil seems like he backed out of his fast lap, going very slowly in sector 3, making sure his ERS is charged up to have another go. And here we go. Want to get the best traction possible out of that final corner as you head up the main straight. Don't forget to activate DRS. If you see your delta going backwards, it's happened to me many times. Nicely through turn 1 using the curve on the outside. Going past the newly addition, the MotoGP chicane. So important to get a good exit out of that hairpin, because there's a DRS section right after it, and if you don't get good traction coming out of it, you really miss out on the top speed stuff. Now we go into sector 3, and sector 3 is all about commitment. Two long left-handers followed by a long right-hander, as well as the final corner, all of them about commitment. Got to throw the car in and get it just right. Emil returns to the pits. His best lap time of 1:16, so he's obviously still looking to get the perfect lap for the night. It's Ferrari has gone fastest with a 1:04.0. No one cracking the 1:03s just yet, but still those lap times incredibly close. If anyone really in that, what is that now? That is the top 11 almost. 1 second covers the top 13 drivers. We'll ride now with Venom, currently in P7. He's got a 1:04.4. You gets out of shape there. And we're probably going to see him charge up this battery and have another go. Grimjaw back out on circuit. He's slowing down. Put in the pits. Horsfeld in the pits. Let's ride with F1 Logic, currently in P11. We know he's quicker than that. 1:04.6, looking to improve. Hopefully that traffic didn't put him off. Seemed to get out of the way pretty nicely. Another 2 cars now in front of him. Nice going, guys. Everyone getting off the racing line. Really nicely done. Doesn't look to have impeded Logic in any way. But is he coming into the pits? Yes, he's coming into the pits. Thought he was going to do have another go there. We'll stay on board with Frickie. Currently P13. That first run was a 1:04.8. Currently 3 SAFRL drivers in the top 5 and 2 JPR drivers in the top 5. SKR need to get a man up there in the top 5. Let's have a lap with AD. He seems to be pushing. Believe this will be a fast lap. Going through the middle of sector 3 now into the penultimate corner. And then the final corner. So easy to run wide there and invalidate the whole thing. He goes over the line now. Improves. Goes P14. 1:04.8. We've missed that at the front. Sims has gone fastest. Sims has gone fastest with a 1:03.9. So we finally have our first 1:03 of the night. I didn't think we were going to get there. Who else has got a 1:03 in them? I think Afro is on an... Is he on an in-lap? We have a very quiet race circuit. Everyone either in the pits or on an outlap. And Afro comes into the pits. It's Ferrari now going through sector 1, also on an outlap. Just over 4 minutes remain in the session. You can see a whole handful of cars in the pits. They're going to leave it to the very end. Maybe come out around the 2-minute mark. It's Free now. Going over the line to start his fast lap. Currently his best time is a 1:04. A 1:40. How many 1:40s do we have here? We have 3 1:40s. It's Free in second place, Grimjaw third, Afro fourth. 2/10. Wait, that's 200ths of a second. Let's see if It's Free can break into the 103s. What's he got in him? Using all of the racetrack, going as wide as it allows, using all of the curb on the inside. Sometimes that curb can bite back. All the commitment onto the curb now into the final corner is going to activate DRS. Gets a bit squirmy on the exit. Hopefully didn't lose too much time. He does improve, but wow, he improves, but it was a few thousandths of a second. So he stays in second place. He's unable to crack the 103s. He gets a 104 flat. 000. Venom going slowly. This is the end of his outlap. He's gonna switch on the ERS, switch on the DRS, give it everything he can now down the straight. This will be his final run of the night. Support for Fricky in the comment section. Let's go, Fricky. You're on an outlap, currently P13. SKR now do have a man in the top 5. That is Afro, 1040. He's on an outlap. He's going to have another go at this. It's Free and Grimjaw both in the pits. Don't think we're going to get another run from them. We'll ride with Venom, see if he can get an improvement on that time. A 104.4. Probably would have thought that lap time was good enough for higher up on the grid, but these times are so close. And he's completely backed off. Is anyone still having a go? Seems like Bosveld is having a go. He's currently P10. Ulrich also looking to improve. Currently a 104.6. It's Free and Grimjaw have retired from the session, so that's all we'll see from them. And Afro goes fastest lap time of the night. 103.8. And that's the time I said at the beginning of the session. Fastest time I saw on the time trial on my friends list was a 103.8. So matching time trial times in qualifying. That is impressive. Right, with Venom, I think he's going to come into the pits. Is he? No, he's having one last go at it. Currently P8, 104.4. Does he have anything left? He does. He goes to a 104 flat. Good enough for P5. That midfield. I have a prediction about that midfield. I think it's going to be insane. I haven't seen a field this close in a long time. 1.1 seconds covers the entire field. If you're just over a second off the pace, it's good enough for last. Qualifying now coming to an end. We'll ride with Venom, see if he can improve. Currently P5, 104 flat. Can he get into the 103s? We don't know. We'll find out. I think he stayed 5th. Yeah, he did. He stayed 5th. So there we go. That is the end of qualifying for this final League v League race. Afro takes pole position from Simps, absolutely nothing in those times. Then it's Free in 3rd, Grimjaw P4, Venom P5, then Shane, Nochumi, Biffelsfontein, Emil, Ulrich, that makes up the top 10. Then just outside the top 10, P11 is Pampoen, followed by Frikkie Bosveld, Pantry, Logic P15, AD, Louis, and Swayster makes up your field in P18. There we go, we're back. We're looking at an empty pit lane. Surely you could just point the camera in the other direction. We could just have a look at the cars. Everybody now doing the final touch-ups to their strategies. What tyre will they start on? What strategy do they intend on having? Will a safety car destroy that strategy 3 or 4 laps into the race? Also have to take into account if there are going to be safety cars in the race and how many. Do you underfuel? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it's a risk. And those are the decisions these drivers will be making now. As far as I know, there's no formation lap. I might be mistaken, but we'll find out soon. Lights are red, there's no formation lap. There we go, 5 red lights. The lights are gone and we're underway. Are we underway? There we are. Whoa, we've got a bunch of jump starts. What happened there? Simps gets a jump start. Got a bit messy there, but seems like everybody got into turn 1 pretty nicely. Do we have a problem? I see some cars are ghosting. I see a lot of penalties. And I have no idea what's going on. At the front, Sims is running at the front. Let's just bring up these penalties. Wow. I assume those are all for jump starts. So I think there must have been, yeah, they're in the comment section, light problem. There must have been some sort of glitch there on the lights, because we did see the lights go off. Cars got going and then suddenly paused. Very weird start to the race. That's really going to throw things up in the air in terms of the order of this field. Look at that, a bunch of cars streaming into the pits on lap 1. And that's not for damage. What will be even more frustrating is if you do have damage, you're going to have to come in the next lap and do it all over again. So far Simps leads the way. Now Afro is challenging that lead. Tries to go around the outside. No, Simps holds on to it. Simps is first, Afro second. It's Free P3, Shane up to 4th. Emil up to 5th. And Shane making up positions. Shane now up into P3. His next target up the road. SKR, Afro, SAFRL, Simps. JPR can obviously win this championship, but it will take something special. We'll need at very least 3 JPR cars in the top 3. Long way to go, lap 3 of 36. And those drive-through penalties on lap 1 would have really messed things up at the start of the race. I guess these guys at the back will be praying for a safety car. Let's bring up your tyre situation. Seems like the medium is the most popular compound. Few drivers in practice saying they wanted to stay away from the hard. Already have some drivers there on the hard, choosing to go on the hard. Buffelsfontein, Venom, Pampoen, Bosveld and Swayster. The rest of the field is on a set of mediums. Shane sets the fastest lap of the race. He is on the move. He is now past Itzfari and he's well on his way to chasing down your leader, SKR, Afro. Not Shumi, another JPR car that lost a few positions. Now he's trying to make his way back through the field in a bit of a DRS train behind Emil and Itzfari. Shane at the front of that queue and trying to break away from that DRS train. Apologise, that's Afro. So we have a DRS train from 1st to 6th. We have Frickie also challenging in 7th place. We've lost the car. We've lost the car, safety car, JPR. JPR loses its first driver of the night. And he'll be disappointed with that because he does have the pace. He does have podium pace. First retirement. Into the pits comes Ulrich. This is a difficult situation. Sometimes it works out to start on a set of softs. If you do anticipate that early safety car, you can come in and get rid of the softs. But if you start on a set of hards and the safety car comes out at this point, pit stop is not an option. Good evening, Jarvis, Black Viper, Gandalf. Busy comment section, nice to see. Quite a few people watching, supporting the finale of the League B League Championship. This is Season 1. Not sure when Season 2 is going to happen. But as soon as any info on that does become available, will be the first to know. Afro leads the way under the safety car, lap 5 of 36. Looking at the field, we have one JPR car that is trailing, so I think we're going to get another lap. Safety car should be in on the next lap. Then we're going to have an interesting restart. We had Afro and Shane fighting out for the lead. We had a DRS train for the first 6 cars. Now this has compressed everything. This will help those cars that had a drive-through on lap 1. They still have to make up all the positions and do a lot of overtakes, but at least it brings them back to the rest of the field. A lot of guys were trailing there at the end of lap 2, 3. Remember, Buffelsfontein, Pampoen, Bosveld and Ulrich all on a set of hards. Almost certainly now the safety car. There we go, safety car in this lap. Confirmation. Pretty early, that confirmation, before sector 3. Now obviously your leader is going to slow down to a snail's pace. Let that safety car get out of contention. Let him get into the pit lane. As soon as he's in that pit lane, Afro becomes your... well, he's a virtual safety car at that point. Everyone needs to follow him around. When he decides to go, you can go, but no overtaking before the start-finish line. And there we go. Gets the jump. Nicely done. I think he went a little earlier than expected. Around the penultimate corner, he let it go. It looks like a nice restart. Looks like everyone will get through turn 1. No issues at turn 1. Nicely done. 17 cars without contact. Your top 3: SKR, JPR, SAFRL. Fricky has definitely benefited from some mistakes. You're right there. Obviously, with all those drive-throughs, if you were one of the lucky ones not to get a drive-through, you're going to be immediately up the grid on lap 1. A lot of guys made up positions here. Let's have a look if we can see that. There we go, the position changes. Biggest winner in terms of position changes, that goes to Logic. He's made up 10 positions at the start of the race. Started P15 up to P5. Afro leads the way from Shane. SKR, JPR, SAFRL in P3. Now Emil briefly into P4. Does he hold on to it? He goes up the inside. Logic seems to have better traction. He's going to be on the outside going into the next corner. Is he going to back out of it? Ooh, he sticks with it. SKR gives him just enough room. Gets half a tyre on the gravel. But fair play. And now Emil just closes the door from the outside. Fantastic racing. Fighting for 4th place. And for the time being, SKR, Emil holding on to P4, but Logic will come back. Further down the field, Buffelsfontein, he's in P6, Grimjaw P7. Simpson P8, he has lost 6 positions. Pampun in 9th, Bosveld P10. Pampun also making some progress. Louis P11, Pantry Star, trying to make his way through this field. So difficult, everyone really close in pace. We saw that in qualifying, 1 second covering the entire field. Swayster P13, Ulrich P14. Fricky in the pits. Fricky has emerged from the pits. But I wonder if he had damage, or if that was the tyre change. Didn't see anyone start on softs, so I don't think anyone would be pitting this early into the race. Must have been damage. Bosveld, 3-second time penalty. That has now put Shane into the lead of the race. Wish we had seen that incident. Pampun now making up positions, getting his way up through the field. Currently P8. His next target is Grimjaw, who has been losing a few positions of late, and now Pampun comes under threat from Bosveld, takes him up the inside. Nicely done. But now Pampun will get the DRS, and he'll come back at him. Maybe not just yet, but in the next DRS zone. Just need to make sure you're as close to that gearbox as you can. Activate DRS and the car in front of you's got no chance. Briefly back to the front, JPR, Shane leads the way, 1.7 seconds. Emil now also has some clean air ahead of him. He's broken the DRS frame and he's in P2. He can chase after Shane in the lead. Logic also making up positions. Look at that, 12 positions. He has made up 12 positions. Definitely in terms of positions gained, your biggest winner. In the pit stops column, Venom, Ulrich and Fricky have all made a pit stop. Like I said, I didn't see anyone start on soft, so I'm going to presume all 3 of those pit stops had something to do with damage. Here we have Afro all over the back of its Free. Its Free is all over the back of Logic. And Logic is all over the back of Emil. It almost looks like extremely fast safety car conditions. Everybody really close together. So dangerous, so stressful to be in one of these DRS trains. If the car in front of you makes a mistake and you're this close, things could get nasty. Oh, and as we say, mistake, commentator's curse. Logic getting it sideways on the exit, loses a whole handful of positions and goes down to P6. And that hands podium position, P3, to its Free. The 3 constructors could have covered the top 3. Venom now in P12. He is one of those drivers that made a pit stop. Ooh, and I see a whole bunch of cars jumping around. What is that? Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car. We saw a car fly off in the background. I'm actually quite surprised that isn't a full safety car. Looked like a big one. Virtual safety car, race is neutralized. Got an average speed that you can do. Got to stay within that delta. Disadvantage with the virtual safety car is it doesn't bring that field back together. And if you're not paying attention to your delta, you could actually lose quite a lot of time by the time you get going. Got to really make sure you just drive on the edge of that delta and don't lose any time at the restart. Shane picks up a penalty for speeding under VSC. Let's just have a look. What is that penalty exactly? It's a drive-through. It's a drive-through, and he's coming in to serve it immediately. Lead of the race handed to SKR. 2 SKR cars in the top 3. Again, thanks to everyone who is watching. Thanks to everyone who's joined us tonight. Thanks for populating the comment section. Nothing more depressing than seeing that comment section with 1 or 2 messages at the end of the night. Remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you can see more of our racing. JPR races every Friday night at 8:15. Grimjaw here in P6. part of a much bigger train. But the two cars ahead of him are in the same team. So I don't think we're going to see too much battling. If one car is clearly faster, we will see teammates get out of the way. This is what this championship is all about. This top three, insanely close. Half a second covering your top three. Shane and Simps looked like they were going to be the cars to dominate tonight. Simps has retired from the session, and Shane finds himself in P9 in what's going to need to be an impressive recovery drive. It's Faree. Emil battling for the lead. Emil holding on to it for now. He's got his nose just in front. But at the next DRS section, surely. Let's ride with It's Faree. He's in P2. Going now into the penultimate corner. Followed by the final corner. Want to get the best traction possible, so that when you open up DRS, you get half a chance. Not the longest main straight. And not close enough this time around. It's SKR versus SA, FRL, P1, P2. That car in second is going to be feeling the pressure. He's attacking for the lead, but he's sandwiched between two teammates. SKR, P1, P3. Three SAFRL cars in the top 5, 2 SKR cars in the top 5, and Emil and It's Faree. This is just insane. Look at this, side by side, corner after corner, and what's even better, there's no contact. Lots of respect between the drivers. Great to see such close racing. Look at the times between the top 3. We've got a DRS train for the lead. Grimjaw now makes up a position as Logic comes the latest car to visit the pits. Okay, those position changes. Look at that, your leader Emil, he has made up 8 positions since the start of the race. Wonder if he envisioned himself in this position on lap 17. He's got his teammate just behind him, that's Afro. 2 SKR cars occupy the first 2 positions. Then you've got It's Faree, P3. SAFRL from P3, P4 and P5 and P6. A lot of good points there. Let's have a look. Where is Shane? Shane had a drive-through. Probably for just going a little bit early there towards the end of the safety car. Just a little early. And he earned himself a drive-through. Put him half the way down the field. And it's going to take something impressive. Just change that. There we go, that's better. A few pit stops. Shane will now make up some positions. Bosveld seems to be ghosting. I wonder if has he left the lobby? I didn't see the message if he has, but that car is ghosting. Before Fontaine still P3. Your leader still the same. Just have a look. Pit stops. No one in the top 5 has made a pit stop. Many of them have visited the pits, but they have not made a pit stop. I'm pretty sure this race is going to hold the record for most drive-through penalties. We should actually watch this stream back and try and count those. A lot of penalties now on screen. Let's just have a look. They're all corner cutting penalties. To Shane, Bosveld, Fricky and Louis, That's 3 seconds apiece. And then Swayster having a difficult time staying within the white lines. He's up to 9 seconds. As far as the tyre situation, a mixture of mediums and hards, with Ulrich at the back of the field on a set of softs. Bosveld and Pantry have apparently left the session, so those will be 2 cars ghosting on our screens. Obviously, when they ghost, those cars do slow down, so the cars behind them shouldn't have any issue getting by. It's going to lose a bunch of positions. There we go. Confirmation coming up on my screen there. Pantry Star has left. Now Afro P8, he gets a 3-second penalty. He's not going to be happy with that. Could be crucial at the end here. We've seen how close this race is, and if those times are as close as that at the end of the race, 3 or 6 seconds could cost you dearly. Could really come back to bite you. Grimjaw leads the way from Pampun. Now Venom P3, what a race he's had. Real ups and downs. Suddenly 3 SAFRL drivers in the top 5 and 2 JPR drivers in the top 5. Remember, this championship's still up for grabs. And we'll find out who's going to win this championship in just under 16 laps. At the front, Grimjaw now pretty commanding lead. 5.6 seconds. We've got Pampun in P2. We're going to monitor that gap. 5.6 seconds. See if he can bring it down. He's on a much fresher set of mediums. So Pampun on a set of mediums, 8 laps old. Grimjaw on a set of mediums, 20 laps old. So he should have the advantage. He should have the traction. And his goal to bring that gap down and then make a pass. Now Logic all over the back of Venom. He wants to get back into P3, and he does get into P3, but it's side by side, so don't know how temporary it's going to be. He comes around and takes the position. Logic back into P3. Venom will need to come back. He's got another SAFRL car just behind him, looking to follow suit, as did Logic. 2 angry SKR cars in 6th and 7th. They've both been at the front, and now they're in the midfield. They need to come through. Overtaking is one thing, but once you get into these DRS trains, it can be so difficult to make a pass. That advantage of DRS effectively being cancelled out. Emil now swapping positions with his teammate. He goes up into P4 and he almost went for P3. Looks like Faria has just managed to hold on to P3 for now, but for how much longer? Emil now wasting no time, and his teammate's going to follow him through. Double pass. What a pass. Great camera angle. And that's a double pass. 2 SKR cars getting past It's Faria on exactly the same corner. Very nicely done. And more importantly, no contact. Grimjaw P7, he's on a brand new set of softs. Wonder if he's going to now try and take that set of softs all the way to the end of the race. He's still got 13 laps to go. Wonder if it might be a bit of a stretch. In not too long we will find out. For the time being, JPR, SAFRL, SKR, SAFRL. That is your top 5. Emil and Afro, we still ride with them. So close together. That was brilliantly done. That pass they did on Itzfari. Didn't think his teammate, didn't think Afro was going to make it. Thought he was going to have to wait for another DRS zone, but he got it done. Both teammates going through. And now their next target will be just up the road. I was going to say their next target is Logic, but Logic, it is Logic. Who went into the pits? There we go, Pampun went into the pits. I'm getting myself all mixed up. Pampun doing really well at that point. He's now come into the pits, I suppose, for a set of softs. No, he's gone out on a set of mediums. Venom, another 3-second penalty. This is going to be really difficult to count at the end of the race. Just bring up that screen again. Sorry for the spectator menu, but I forget where everything is. So, Afro, Shane, Pampun, Louis, Venom, Bosveld, and Frickie each have 3 seconds apiece. And then Swayster, really struggling to keep the car in line here in Austria. He's picked up 12 seconds. Looks like something I would do. Hello there in the comment section to Henno. Welcome to League Ver League. JPR there in P7, 8, 9 and 10. Need to really come through the field in this final third of the race. Just 11 laps remain. And as things stand, these 3 cars have quite a lot of work to do. It's Ferrari. He looks on at the 2 SKR cars that just basically hijacked him. Top 4, all on a set of hards. Logic with the oldest set, but only by a lap or 2. It's going to be interesting here. Grimjaw, one of 2 soft runners. Oh, and I think I've just seen something on my screen. I just want to get confirmation. Yes, that is very annoying. I think Swayster may have left the lobby, and his ghost car decided this is a good time to go into the pits and put on a set of enters. So if Swayster does make a return to the race, it may be a short-lived return. So I don't think he's going to be too impressed. Logic leads the way, 10 laps to go. Still a battle here for P2 and P3. It's Ferrari. He didn't like that move. He's going to come back at these 2. He's going to remember that. Remember Grimjaw. He's on that set of softs. Let's see how much progress he can make and when are those softs going to drop off. He's only done 4 laps on those. Ulrich also on a set of softs, but surely he's going to have to pit again. 11 laps on that set of softs with another 9 to go. Can you do 20 laps on a set of softs? Just watching that gap from Grimjaw. It's 5.8 seconds. Doesn't seem to be coming down. At this point, he doesn't seem to be getting the benefit of those soft tyres. And the problem is if they do fall off towards the end of the race, It's not really worth it then, is it? Back at the front. Logic now, your leader coming under pressure. Emil, Afro. We know what those two can do in combination. Dangerous, dangerous teammates. Just ask It's Free. Will F1 Logic be their next victim? Will they try and pull off a similar move? Are they swapping positions? They're swapping positions. Afro now goes into P2. If they were capable of doing that again, then, well, then I think they deserve the 1-2. Both on a set of hards. Wonder how those hards are going to be towards the end of the race. Shane still in P7 on what is a bit of a recovery drive. Just a bit of misfortune there at the end of the virtual safety car. We have a yellow flag. Is it going to remain a yellow flag? I don't see anyone stopped on circuit. Safety car would certainly shake things up, but no safety car. Green flag. Back underway. It is Swaster. Swaster has DNF'd. Told you if he came back he wasn't going to be too impressed. Back at the front. Logic. And we do have a safety car. There we go. There we go. We have a safety car right at the end of the race. And what is this going to do? Who's going to come in and throw on a set of softs and have one final go at it? I've seen it's quite difficult to pass here. A lot of these DRS trains. You see anyone coming into the pits? Yes, a whole bunch of cars coming into the pits. Venom, AD, Louis, Bosveld, Fricky. A whole bunch of cars coming into the pits now. I think for the most part a lot of those cars will be putting on a set of softs. If they're not, it's because they don't have any softs left. But that's how you'd want to finish this race. Fuel tank's going to be at its lightest. Best compound of tyre. Few laps to go. You can really throw everything at it. Your leader is in the pits. Luckily he will hold on to that lead because 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th are also in the pits. Where is Pampun? Is he going to be able to take advantage of all these cars in the pit lane? It's going to be close. Not quite. There we go. Yeah, he's taken advantage of some of these cars. He's up into P4. Now remember, his mediums, they're 6 laps old. And at this restart, he is going to be surrounded by, what is that, 9 cars around him, all on softs. And all of those softs are fresh softs. No one out there on really old tyres except for Pantry Star, and we know he has left the session. That is simply a ghost car. Lap 30 of 36. We are under a full safety car. You can see there on your little mini map. Still a lot of cars trying to catch up to the queue. So we'll definitely see another lap of this. And hopefully when we get underway, it'll probably be, what is that, lap 2 of 36? We'll have a 4-lap shootout to the end. With pretty much everyone on a fresh set of tyres. The oldest set of tyres on track are 6 laps old. The top 5 comprise of 2 SAFRL cars, 2 SKR cars, and 1 JPR car. Remember, Shane was trying to close that gap and come back into this race. This will now change a lot of things. Closes all those time gaps. We've got an opportunity at the restart. You're going to be within DRS. After all the racing we've had tonight, it will come down to these 4 laps. Just waiting for that safety car confirmation. Does the safety car come in? If he does come in, we'll probably know very shortly. Still a JPR car trailing at the back, but that is the ghost car. That is the ghost car of Pantry, so... Safety car in? No. It doesn't look like the safety car is going to come in this lap. Last time we had a safety car, there we go, I just had confirmation a lot earlier last time, but safety car will be in this lap. Pantry Star has caught the back of the queue, and this is going to be a very interesting restart. Let's actually just go on board with your man in second, P3 actually, then we can see when will Logic go. Last time we had a safety car restart, he went around the penultimate corner. Now just after the penultimate corner he goes. And nicely done. Pampunya in P4. Ooh, and there's contact with Emil. Emil on the outside. Emil comes back at him. They're side by side up the straight, going towards the hairpin. Pampun will have the inside, but Emil is... Ooh, Emil. There we go. Nicely done. Sorry about that. Emil had the inside. Pampun just backed out of that, and in the process, obviously ran wide. And allowed Grimjaw to take another position off him. Knew it was going to be difficult at the restart. It was going to be difficult at the restart with all these cars around him, all on softs. Just really pulling the mickey on him at this stage, coming out of the corners with so much superior traction that there's really nothing he can do. Thanks, Ralph, for joining the stream. So you had a bit of bad luck at the start of the race? Pampun P7, Shane has picked up a position now, up into P5, safely past Grimjaw. His next target will be Emil. Let's see your top 3. Second place, definitely not decided. It's Faree. He wants some payback. But now those cars that hijacked him, they now sandwich him. So as he attacks second place, he could very well lose third place. Wonder if those two teammates are going to work in a way that they can just put It's Faree off for long enough to get Emil through. Logic will be enjoying this, as there's a battle for second. He's able to just drive up the road. His lead is 2.3 seconds. And Logic at this stage, the strong favourite, DRS enabled this lap. Got a feel for Pampun, just going down the order. Does he have damage anywhere? I don't see any damage. I think that just really comes down to that medium set of tyres. Everyone around him has superior grip. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. Almost a big mess. Don't see any carbon fibre, luckily. But surely there was contact there. 3 cars going very slowly through that corner. Love to tell you what's going on, but I can't even tell you what's going on. There's too much going on. Shane going around the outside now. And that's P3. Very nicely done. Will he hold on to it? Runs slightly wide. Gets a tyre on the gravel. And Afro takes back P3. This is far from decided. Shane thinks about it again, but he'd have to go around the outside, and you can't do that on that corner. Unless you're suicidal. Now he's going to go up the straight side by side. He should have DRS. And now he's got the inside line for turn 1. Don't run wide, let that car come back at you. But now now Afro will have DRS. Ooh, and look at that, he gets swamped by 2 cars. Shane down to P5 just like that. Top 3, Logic leads by 4.2 seconds. More importantly, Logic has no penalties. Let's just bring up that penalty screen again so we can get a bit of an idea here. 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Afro with 6 seconds, so he's going to lose a whole bunch of positions if things were to remain the same at the end of the race. Afro could find himself out of the points from 4th place. So those 6 seconds really going to come back to bite him. Also, Pampun also has 6 seconds. If things remain the same, that will throw him out of the points. Emil, he's had a fantastic race. He's in P2. Made up a serious amount of positions. Look at that. 7 positions. But even more impressive, your leader. 14 positions since the race start. Nicely done. Where is your leader? Your leader is currently going through Sector 2. On lap 36 of 36. Any more battles on track? We have Bosveld still trying to take 7th place away from 80. All other gaps seem to have opened up. Shane falling to the back of the field. And now Logic. He's got so much time, he can have a little weave. Goes over the line to win for SAFRL, SKR second. Ooh, let's not do that. Let's just wait until the end, because these penalties are going to shuffle everything around as I'm reading. There we go. There we have the finale of League v League. And I have no idea, but from what I can see there in the top 10, I think SAFRL have this one wrapped up. But that is not confirmation. That is a commentator with a terrible maths history. So wait for the official results. Don't take it from me. There we go. There are your official results. SAFRL finishing 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Make it 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 8th. And then SKR in 3rd place, 7th, 10th, 13, 14. And JPR. JPR's top performer on the night, P6, AD. Then we have Shane and Pantry Star. Sorry, Pampun in 9th, and then Shane, Pantry Star outside of the points. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you to everyone who joined us during the season through various commentators and various different channels. I'm sure we'll do this again. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy.